As more children die from abuse, more people are asking, isn't there something we can do to protect the kids, at least to reduce the risk? Well, as a matter of fact, many other states are now taking a different approach to preventing child abuse, and it seems to be working. But New Mexico is not doing it. Katie Kim went on special assignment to find out why.
Baby Brianna was 5 months old. Ty Toribio was 3 years old. Omari Varela was 9. New Mexicans grieved together when their lives were violently cut short. This state has a long and troubled history of child abuse. Just since 2009, more than 50 children have been killed by abusers. Many of them failed by a system that didn't do enough to protect them.
Child abuse is not a disease. It is absolutely a choice.
Experts say more than 80% of those deaths were preventable. That means a neighbor, a community member, or the state could have done something to change a child's story. But in New Mexico, child abuse prevention has not been a priority. According to the Legislative Finance Committee, New Mexico spends far less on preventive services for kids than other states do. As a result, more kids in New Mexico fall through the cracks.
Do you think the state is doing enough when it comes to preventing child abuse?
Well, that's a difficult question, Katie, because really our mandate is to intervene, not prevent.
Children, Youth and Family Secretary Yolanda Dinas says her skeleton crew is hard-pressed to handle more than 4,500 calls a month. They're so busy, CYFD caseworkers primarily focus on things like foster care, adoptions, and investigations, all things to keep kids safe after they've been abused. But experts say by then, it's too late.
What we have to do is to try to prevent serious harm to children. We have to save children's lives.
Gail Chasey is an Albuquerque attorney who takes on child abuse and neglect cases. She's also a Democratic state rep who says New Mexico's thinking on child abuse is backwards. She says there's another way.
It's called alternative response.
Under the alternative response model, at-risk families get help addressing issues that lead to child abuse before kids are harmed. That help includes alcohol and drug abuse counseling, anger management, and financial assistance. More than half the states in the country are already using it.
The evidence has shown in the states that use it that within 1 year, there's a 99.9% return on investment.
There's proof it worked here in New Mexico, too. Bernalillo County tried it nearly a decade ago. The results showed a decrease in child abuse among participating families. They seemed to get their act together, but the program vanished and no one could tell us why. In 2011, the LFC rediscovered the idea and started pushing CYFD to bring it back. The state hasn't.
We didn't initiate because we were really struggling just to man up our staff. We're a poor state, and because we have a limited amount of money available.
Recent high-profile cases of child abuse have the state taking notice anyway. Last month, the agency rolled out a number of pilot programs. Some of them even lean toward prevention. But the secretary says there's a fine line.
But do we want state employees out there doing prevention? I'm not sure I agree with that.
She believes that responsibility lies with nonprofit groups like the New Mexico Child Abuse Prevention Partnership. That's the group Dr. Susan Miller and her colleagues at UNM Hospital started 3 years ago. It has a single focus.
Can child abuse be prevented?
Yes, absolutely.
She says alternative response is one of many ideas that helps stop child abuse before it starts. Miller points to the huge disparity in state spending between efforts before a child is abused and after.
We spend $135 million after the event and only $3 million on prevention, but it's not enough. And I think when we start spending our money wisely on prevention, then we will start seeing a turnaround.
That would be welcome for Dr. Miller, whose work puts her on the front lines of the most devastating child abuse cases in the state.
You know, it's not fair, it's not right, and it isn't. But there's nothing I can do about it except cry, get it out of my system, and go back to work. because they're kids to save.
Here in New Mexico, the consequences have been severe. Experts say we have no other choice but to find a way to stop the cycle of child abuse before it starts.
If we don't want to lose generations of children, if we don't want to continue down this path, we have to shift dramatically.
On special assignment, Katie Kim, KRQE News 13.